Hi everyone, welcome to the flow sessions. So today we will discuss about the auto launcher flows. So as we know in the previous session, we have discussed about the record trigger flows. And when coming to record trigger flow, we have some triggering point. Means whenever we are making changes on the records, so we will trigger this flow. But when coming to auto launcher flow, we don't have that option here. Okay, so based on the requirement, we will create one flow, and whenever we need that requirement, we will call that flow either from the process builder, or we can call in another flow, or we can call from the Apex, or we can call it in the Lightning also. So based on the requirement, we will create and we will trigger that from any of the other things like process builder, flow, Apex, or the Lightning. Okay, and in flows, as a best practice, we need to use these auto launcher flows because we will call these auto launcher flows as a subflow in the record trigger flow. Means we will have one record trigger flow and we can create multiple auto launcher flows, and we can able to call all these auto launcher flows in one record trigger flow. Okay, so that is the reason as a best practice we can use these auto launcher flows whenever we need. Okay, so I have a requirement like, so whenever in the account object I have a field called is active. So and I have some values like yes or no. If that account is not active, means if that is active is no, then I need to get all the contacts related to that account and I want to delete the contacts. Okay, so that is my requirement. So I will create that requirement in the auto launch flow, and I will call that one from the record trigger flow. So we'll see how to create this auto launch flow. So as we know, so in the quick find box, select search for flows and select the flows, and you can see the new flow button. So click on new flow. So here auto launcher flow, no trigger. So here I want to create the auto launcher flow. So select auto launcher flow and click on create. See here, we can have the elements. Okay, so first of all, here I want to tell you one more thing. Here when coming to record trigger flow, okay, so whenever we are selecting the record, we used to have the global variable called record. Okay, why? Because here we are selecting the object. Okay, so starting here, we have selected something called object. We have already selected. So based on that, we will get that object record. Okay, so that global variable record will store that opportunity object record. But when coming to auto launch flow, we are not selecting anything in the start. Okay, we are not selecting anything in the start, means we are not selecting any object, or we are not selecting any triggering point, so that it don't know which type of record I'm using here. Okay, so first of all, we need to create that record variable here. So here I want to check the account is active or not, right? So I want to store the account record first, so that I can able to check that record is active or not. So first of all, I need to create a variable. So click here, elements. So you can see new resource. From here, we can select the variable API name. I am giving like account record. We can give any name here, and data type I'm storing the record here, and object account. Okay, and here available for input. So I need to provide the input for the account whenever I'm debugging. So I'm making it as the available for input, and click on done. Okay, so now here I have start condition, right? So I need to check that record is active or not, or we can directly get the contacts and we can have that contacts like directly. We can have the delete element here, and from the record trigger flow, we can check the condition and we can call the subflow. Okay, so whatever we have, we can do anything. So here only I will take one decision to check that account is active or not. So I'm taking like condition check. And here for the outcome details, I'm giving like account to check. And remember always, this outcome will always like perform like if else conditions. So whenever we have multiple outcomes, Okay, whenever we have multiple outcomes, these will be acts like a if else condition. So this is the first one is the if, and second one is else, and next one is also else condition. Okay, so then if it is true, it won't go through the next outcome. Okay, so whenever we are creating these decision outcomes, okay, so make sure these will be work like a if else conditions. So if you take it, even if it is work, it will go through the next outcome. If you think like that, it won't be work. Okay, so make sure that while creating. So I don't have multiple outcomes, so I'm deleting. So I have only one outcome, which is add to account check. So here I need to check that. So here, if you see here, there is no record global variable. Okay, so I have created one variable which is storing the account record. So select this one. From this account record, I'm checking that active. See, active equals to no. Means if that account record is not active, then I need to get the contacts related to that account and I want to delete that contacts. Okay, so I want to take delete records. Okay, so here delete related contacts. This is the name I'm taking. And then say how to find the records to delete. Okay, so here I want to delete the contacts. So, but how to find that contacts? It is asking. Okay, so use ID stored in a record variable or record collection variable. Okay, if there is any record variable is there, okay, if I want to use that ID, I can use that one. Or if there is any specific conditions are there, we can specify our conditions. Okay, so here I want to specify my conditions. So here it is asking delete records of this object type. So which object records I want you need to delete. It is asking. So here we need to select the object. Okay, so which object records we need to delete, we need to select. So here I want to delete the contacts record, right? So directly we can't get the contact records. So we can select the contact. Okay, we are deleting the contact records, and so here I need to get the related contacts, right? Not all the contacts. I need to get the related contacts. Okay, account related contacts only I need to get, and I want to delete those records. So here I need to check this contact account ID equals to the ID which I have stored in this record variable. Okay, so here I'm checking account ID equals this account ID. Okay, and we can mention one more condition called account ID does not equals to null. Then only we will get only account ID related one also. So when we are using empty string, which is equals to the null. Okay, so here we need to use the does not equals to null. Okay, so account ID equals to the ID which we have present for this account record, and then account ID does not equals to null. Okay, so these are the conditions I'm specifying here. So to delete these records. See here, I have just mentioned my condition. Okay, so if the account record is not active, then if you see here, so I have given some name called delete records, okay, related contacts, and then I'm specifying conditions. So I want to delete the contact records. So that's why I'm selecting object as contact and then filter contact records. So whatever the contacts I need to get. So whenever that account ID equals to the specific account record ID and account ID not equals to null. So these contact records I want to get and I want to delete these contact records. Okay, so this is about the delete records. Okay, so we need to save this one. So I'm giving the flow name. So as we know, we have here. So how to run the flow, as we know, based on the system context or the user context, we can run, or without anything also we can run. and this is a type of auto launch flow, and we have the version. Okay, and we have some interview label. So click on save. Okay, so this is the only auto launch flow. Okay, this is auto launch flow. We are not triggering this one from anywhere present. Okay, so here I want to trigger this one from the record trigger flow. Okay, so I will activate it first, and then if you see, already I have a record trigger flow. Okay, so in this I want to call. Otherwise, we can use, we can create another record trigger flow and we can call this subflow from there also. Okay, but I don't want to create another trigger flow. Okay, so in the existing record trigger flow only, I want to call it subflow. But here, if we can't call this one here. Okay, so here my requirement is, so even this condition is true or false. Okay, even this condition is true or false, I want to call my subflow. Means if it is true, it will come here in this path. If it is false, then it will come in this path, right? So if I call here, okay, whenever this outcome is true, then only it will come here and it will call my subflow. Okay, but I don't want to do that one. So I want to call my auto launch flow even if this decision is true or false, or directly we can call in the top also. Okay, so here also we can call as a subflow, so that is also one of the option, or here also we can call. So in the starting only I will call my auto launch flow. See here we have the element called subflow. Select subflow here, and it is asking for the reference to flow. We'll just refresh this one first and then I will call that one because I have created, right? So now I'm taking the element here as subflow, and then I want to refer this one. See, reference to flow. So which flow we need to call, it is asking. So I'm selecting the flow name, and then for that it is asking the label and API name. So I will give the same one. Okay, so as we know, here I have created a record variable, right? So I have created a record variable. Why? Because here I want to check that account is active or not, and I'm storing here that account record. So here there is no account record. We have just created a variable and we are using that one. So in that variable, we need to store the account record, right? So we need to pass that account record from here. From the record trigger flow, we need to pass that account record. Okay, so we need to pass the values from here. So set input values. So here I'm just including this one. So here I need to pass the account record, right? So here we can see the record option. So just select record only, don't select any other any fields. Okay, so directly we are passing enter record here, then click on done. See, so first time we have created a subflow and we have called that subflow from a record trigger flow. Okay, so now we can able to debug this one also. For so before that I need to save this one. Now we can debug. So I will check, is there any account and contacts are present or not, related contacts. Yes, for this test SEC, I have two related contacts, so we will check now. Okay, click on debug. So I want to run this one in the rollback mode because sometimes in the real time, so we have to debug this one, means we need to know the output, it is working or not, but we can't make the changes. Okay, so for the original records, we can't make the changes, we can't delete the records. So in that time, this mode will be useful for us. Okay, means while we are running in the rollback mode, okay, it won't make any changes to the original records, but it will give the output for us. Okay, so here I want to select the account record and I want to make this one as no because here I have the decision, right? If the account record is not active, then only it will get the related contacts and deleted, right? So that's why I'm selecting active as no and click on run. See, so the interview started and then start condition requirements. Okay, the triggering record met the condition requirements and the entry conditions are not there here. And it is calling the subflow now. Okay, if you see here, enter flow. So delete account related contacts version 1 and API version it is showing here and record ID it is showing. And then it is going through the, it is calling the subflow. So it is checking the subflow related decision. So this is the decision. It is checking here. Okay, so decision condition check. So account active check. See here, no. This is the one which we are getting from the here, which we give here, and then equals to no, which is the value we have selected in the decision outcome, and then delete records. See, delete all contact records where account ID equals to the account record ID. So, and account ID does not equals to null. Okay. So now, so all records that met criteria, okay, filter criteria are ready to delete. Okay, so it is ready to delete, not deleting it. Okay, so it is ready to delete because we are debugging it. So that's why it is not deleting it. So, and the flow is existed. So in the real also, okay, if we activate this one, okay, now I want to delete this account and we'll see these contacts are deleted or not. So I'm opening these contacts also. See, this is the contact and this is another contact. Okay, so now I will delete this account. See, account is deleted. Now I will refresh. See, the requested resource does not exist, means this record is deleted. Okay, in the same way, this record also deleted. Okay, so like this, we will create the auto launch flows. Means here there is no triggering point, but we can call this auto launch flow as a subflow in another flow, or we can call from the Apex or Lightning wherever we need. We can able to call this subflow. Okay, so this is about the auto launch flows. Like this, we can create the multiple auto launch flows. Okay, so thank you.